Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that I haven't made a video in a while. There just really has not been a whole lot going on around here on the farm. Just trying to get some Milo in. We finally switched over a couple days ago, so that's been going awfully slow. Plagued with breakdowns and GPS problems, planter problems, you name it, it's happening. But I think we're finally getting the kinks worked out with the new planter. Just trying to get it to see the Milo, plant the Milo, get all the settings right to where it works well, plants good, seed counts, whatnot. It's going good now. So today we're moving out west, out to some of our furthest west ground. This is where our bigger fields are. After the field that we're working on now, it's just a quarter. But this field that we'll be coming out to here, you can maybe see how flat and straight and nothing there is here. But this is 1.5 miles long, half mile wide. It's 3/4 in a row, all the way down. This is one of the wheat fields of last year that is now going to be planted to Milo this year as part of our rotation. I just came out to drop off the fertilizer tank and then go back and get the seed tender, as well as check for moisture to see kind of how it's doing, how deep we're gonna have to go, just overall see how the field is looking. Alright, so just pulled up to the field, kind of got parked. I'm gonna go and hook the trailer real quick, and then we'll take a walk out in the field and I'll kind of explain what we're doing with the Milo right now, depth wise, and kind of what we're looking at. Well, I apologize for that. I did not realize that I hit the record button once, so it started, and then I must have accidentally hit it again when I flipped the camera around because it stopped recording like midway through my whole rant about dirt. So, we'll pick up where I left off. So as I was saying, since we're 100% no-till, we don't work the dirt, move it, till it. We just leave everything where it was from the previous harvest. Well, that field that we're looking at right there, that was a last year's wheat field, so it'll be this year's Milo. So we left all the wheat stubble on top, just how it was behind the combine. And what that stubble does for us is through the winter, when it catches snow, so when the snow blows by, that stubble sticks up enough, it kind of catches it and pulls it to the ground and holds it there so it can't blow away and it can accumulate more snow. And then it also shades the dirt from the sun during post-winter pre-plant conditions, as well as whenever the plant is small. So if we do get rain during the planting season, it goes through that stubble, soaks into the dirt, and then that stubble will keep the shade on the dirt, and then the sun can't bank out the moisture. What our goal is by that is we get 12 to 15 inches of rain a year is all. So we need to hold on to every inch we can get within the soil because we do not know when it's going to come again. And then that stubble protects the dirt and keeps the moisture in long enough for us to be able to plant the seed and for it to germinate and then catch our late spring rains, which is about perfect timing for us because that's about when the plant gets about 2-3 inches tall, maybe, just starting to go into really the big parts of the growth season for the Milo plant. The residue on the field, it just protects the young plant, maintains moisture, holds it into the soil, and it's just overall it works a lot better for this area than tillage. All tillage does is dry out your soil. If you till down 2 inches, that sun will bake that top 2 inches where you have worked to where there's no moisture in it anymore. That's just part of tillage. All you're doing is you're loosening up the dirt, allowing the moisture to evaporate and the sun to penetrate the soil and dry it out. That is why we are 100% no-till or conservation till. Enough about dry dirt, moisture, and Milo. I just dropped the fertilizer trailer off at that field. I'm making a run back to the farm, load up the seed tender and bring it back out. That way we can fill that and then still make it back to town before it gets dark to grab one more load of fertilizer. Since the trailer does not have tail lights, we do not drive it at night. So, I will see you guys back at the shop. Alright guys, I just loaded up the seed tender with a tote, and I'm off back out west of Galatea to fill up the planter. I have also realized that I have not quite explained what a tote is or a seed tender is. What a tote is a tote is just bulk seed. You can either order it by the bag or by the tote. Well, a bag is 50 pounds, and a tote can have anywhere from, I've seen 40 bags all the way up to 50 bags. There's some 55 bag totes. It's just basically a way to order more seed in a more confined way, versus just having 50 bags sitting around. It's also less labor intensive, because if you saw that, the spout on it, it folds up and it'll stick in the top of the CCS tank on the planter, and it augers it from the tote up to the top. That way you don't have to carry it bag per bag up the ladder and dump it in the top one at a time. It's quicker, less labor intensive, a lot more convenient in the end. So whenever I get out there, I'll try to set you guys up all right to where you can maybe see the majority of it going on. That way it's more of a visual learning, because I'm sure it was a little confusing on how I said it, but it'll make sense whenever you see it. Well, that was not a very good representation of a fill. So what we're doing now is we plant two varieties of Milo. Right, it's not two varieties, two types. Red Milo and white Milo. Our white Milo is a food grade white Milo, so it has to be harvested separately and planted separately, because it's completely different than red Milo. So what happened is we're switching types right now, and we weren't all the way out in one CCS tank. So each one of those tanks controls a separate half of the planter. So one was slightly full and one was empty. So what we did is we just took some of this white Milo that I just put in Dad right now. We put that on 18 rows. That way he can plant out. So 18 rows is white and 18 rows is red. It should take him like a pass and a half, maybe two, to be able to run out. Then we will go with all white Milo. That way it's all kind of the same and uniform throughout the field. But if we would add that white Milo on top of the red in the tank, it would blend, and then you might have the white Milo throughout the whole rest of the field until he actually truly runs out. So instead we just filled half the planter with white until he will run out of the red. Then we will switch 100% to that white Milo. Guys, well, that's more like a proper fill with the auger going into the CCS tanks. As I was saying earlier, it just takes a lot of work out of filling it with bags. Makes it quicker anyways. But it is now getting late, kind of getting dark out now, so I'm gonna head back to the shop. I think there will be another load of fertilizer, possibly another load of seed yet tonight, but otherwise I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, it is the next day now. I have not been needed this morning actually, so I've been able to get a little shop work done today. I have the farm truck in here. We're putting a new air compressor on the back, a bigger one, that way we can air up all of our tires. So I was working on mounting that and making the basket for our oil jugs. So just some little odds and ends here and there on the service rig. I think now I'm gonna move this out and start working on our platform heads, get that in here. There's some work that needs to be done to it. Sickles, teeth, just go through belts, bearings, make sure all the welds are still good and it's ready to roll for harvest here in about a month. So I will get started on that now. Well, I spoke too soon about not being needed yet. Dad ran out of seed. So after I do the seed, then we can come back and finish up the header. So I will see you guys in the field. All right, guys, I just got here to the field. I'm gonna drop the tender in the middle and grab the fertilizer and do the little trailer shuffle around here because he's going fast enough on this 1.5 mile long field that I cannot keep up going back and forth from town to here with seed and fertilizer. So this is gonna get busy this afternoon. I just got back from that. I got the tank all filled up. Now I gotta walk over there, grab Dad's pickup. So whenever I take it back to the farm, I can fill the fuel trailer. So whenever I come back out, then I can fuel him. Just one more step to the process to make the planter run. All right, guys, I'm back to the field. But we had some issues earlier. One of the tires on the planter, it was flat, so we had to get it off. But the tire that went flat, it's on the inside of the carrier setup. So to get it off, it's not just a simple unbolt it, pull it out, throw it on the pickup, head to town and fix it. It is, you take it off, then you kind of got to deflate the tire to squeeze it between the frame, and then you have to dig a hole to slide it underneath and get it out. And it's just a big, awkward tire, heavy, and not very easy to get to. But we're going now. He's about 1.5 miles that way. I'm waiting here to fill him one last time out of my trailer, and then I can head back and grab one more load before it gets dark. Just got back to the shop, made my way in, filled up the trailer. I think this is gonna be the end of the video. I got some work to do on the truck. It was making a funny noise whenever I turned right. Not left, just right. So I'm hoping it's kind of just like a corn stalk, wheat stubble, tumbleweed, something just caught up in it. But I'm expecting the worst, and maybe I'll be surprised. So I will see you guys in the next video. Well, just so you guys can rest easy at night, I can guarantee you it was not a tumbleweed. Yeah. Yep. Lovely way to spend the evening, let me tell you. Now, I will see you guys later.